Hello there everyone, this is Mark3 and welcome back to Surviving the Abyss. Yeah, I wasn't sure if there'd be an immediate return to this one, but I think we should. Drowning Depths I think is the only hard one outside of custom. It is... Okay, so, at the end of the last part, it turned out to be the finale, the 9th episode, we found out what Billy was attached to the ocean floor, and we valiantly tried to stop Billy. But the after-action cinematic kind of said that maybe we weren't successful because there were still like follow-up expeditions and probes and things we're struggling to get through. So a new site was being founded. So we're going to try this on hard mode now. Drowning Depths, no tutorial. With crew and resources stretched thin, embark on a mission to perfect cloning with only skeleton staff to support you. This mode is a custom experience of the game with increased difficulty. We will do so for several reasons. My headcanon is this is going to be the follow-up facility. We've got some information from the previous facility, so we know what we're doing, kind of. But we just need to get things laid out. And this is because, well, first off, last time we did a mega base. I want to see if the game is more stable with more isolated bases versus a mega base, so we're going to try it that way around. Second off,
in the years following
Second off, I've been taking a look around a little bit, and honestly, the starting resources and the resources in general, I was kind of under the impression during the last one that things don't really have that much variety or move around much. But I think I was a bit overly negative on what it might be. So, once again, this game is... It claims version 1.0, but it was subject to rush development cycle. If you're coming into this for the second run on hard mode without having seen the first half, buy the game for what it is, not what it says it might be, because honestly, since release in November, there's been no sign of any further updates or major content announcements, and the entire thing was running in the case of like wanting to... Let's put someone on coal straight away. I think the entire thing was running like trying to get some early access success to fund further development going forward, but that's kind of like one of the flaws of the early access model, so this game is fallen victim to that. What I will say though is exact biome locations do wander a little bit, starting resources do change, so there is some random elements. The seafloor also gets randomized a bit as well. I think it's like in the normal / tutorial mode it's not as obvious or pronounced, like there's some conformity there, and normal as well gives you some extra resources. One of my trial games in hard mode actually spawned me with like 2 pickup nodes of coal outside my initial area, and they were very far out and needed a light pulse to even get to them to harvest them, so I was very short on fuel, so that can happen. It's nothing guaranteed.
Good luck, Overseer. The work you're undertaking will benefit all humanity.
Okay. That's another thing, we will be skipping through things, so we'll see how quickly this goes as well. This is by no means a speed run. This is going to be a case of like, we have prior knowledge, we know what we're trying to do, so we're going to try and setting things up as we go. So for poor health... Yeah, the clones from last time, I'm guessing that a lot of the information didn't get out, so that's kind of... Story-wise, that's what's going to happen. But I'm literally making vague noises out of my pie hole here. To be entirely fair, because this game has kind of run its course in terms of what it can have, so I need to think of what it needs straight off. Anyway, hard mode. Is there anything worth noting going on in hard mode? Sadly, there are actually a few things that need some attention. Resource production is slightly different. Crew requirements are higher. I'm going to have to take care of that. Resources, of course, are more of shoestring budget. We get less crude starting out. So that's why I queued up the cloning lab straight away, along with a power plant and oxygen generator, just to get things rolling at the very least. but at the same time I won't be as worried about certain other things like I know the whole research your cloning bodies things, getting you a small boost of research can be helpful, but then there's no real loss rolling it back because it can replace my clones later on. But something I will be doing straight off is getting numbers. Send 6 crew, thank you. We need to build 2 living quarters and stuff. So yeah, we've got the same basic objectives, it's just it's not... I think it's not holding our hand as much, but I'm not entirely sure about that one. Let's install the connections over this way. But yeah, I think the initial problems are going to actually be like resources and things, so that's why I need to get these started out to get crew numbers up as ideally as good as I can. Oh, I saw that there, that was a triple. Give me that. So yeah, I'll see you in a moment when I can check around and see what I've got nearby. There's the cloning lab firing up, but the problem is we don't actually have any sequences yet, so we don't actually have the ability to get clones yet. Though that said, I have surveyed my initial selection of habitats. We've got 1 uncommon and 4 commons this time around. I've noticed that number does also vary a bit depending on what your RNG. Like the last one I did poking into this difficulty before deciding, you know what, I do want to record this, I wound up with 3 common and 2 uncommon. So yeah, as I said, there is some flex going on. Exactly what can appear, I think, is restricted by the exact biome they appear in. But, as I said, the exact distribution of the biomes is a bit more randomized. Like, we're going to get roughly 4, 1 in each direction, but they do wander quite a bit, like with a circle area they can appear in. And they aren't guaranteed to be in the same directions either. Like last time we had a pair of corals on opposite sides and a pair of kelps on the other side. This will switch around a little bit depending on what we can find, like 2 concrete deposits and a quartz deposit and my solo common habitat in the same area. Okay, that should be alright, I think. You can probably tell I'm approaching this with a slightly different attitude as well compared to previously. Previously like explore, this one is like I know kind of what's coming. I am going to try to plan ahead of time and keep this all going. Which is basically how it was at the start of the last one. It's how I tend to be at the start of like a lot of game series that involve like building and stuff. It's like I will have been in to have a poke and get some fundamental mechanics down and then not really explore deeper, but this is like one of the rare times where I've come into a game having actually already gone through it, and now I'm actually coming back in to try and see what I can do and see how coming in with that prior knowledge is going to affect things. What are you complaining about? You're complaining about concrete. I am not harvesting any concrete because I prioritize steel for my early gathering. I'll get the steel back off, go get some concrete instead. Thank you. Got a first power plant. We've got our cloning lab core sitting there doing nothing for the moment. Anyway, let's talk base structures, I suppose. Last time we went mega base, like all power connected, all oxygen systems connected. I think that might have had some effects on stability for the game itself. Like it was calculating, like every time a building was added, it seemed to be recalculating and hesitating, and saves getting longer and longer, stuff like that. So because that was actually a vote done in the first few episodes of the last run, this time I'm not going to vote. I'm going to say we're going to do the opposite approach. We're going to be doing more isolated bases. At best, that's got no option because this one's not connected yet. At best, I'm going to say let's go ahead and do some integrated power networks within local areas, but I will not be specifically trying to link things together unless I have a pressing need to do so. Oxygen network will be more isolated, so often what dictates a base's size is going to be the local oxygen supply. Of course, also got to remember, I mentioned it in passing a moment ago, but it's not actually come up yet. The fact that I cannot guarantee things like a biostabilizer with just a garden, because gardens, while they still give air quality, in this difficulty mode they do no longer give any oxygen at all, whereas before they gave one oxygen so we could just happily run a marine stabilizer off it. That's no longer possible. So anywhere with a marine stabilizer is put down is probably going to have the addition of some extra facility and things, and it'll effectively turn into its own little micro base, just because that will work out better in general. Let's get one out here, and I want to... Actually, I've not finished my fuel source scanning. I got distracted by the cloning lab pulsing and going, hey, listen, you've got a thing to talk about. Go talk about it. It's like, no. Okay, there's a coal seam. I do need to prioritise tapping that because local coal piles will run out sooner rather than later. I mean, it might actually be worth me prioritising getting the upgrades for fuel efficiency. Okay, there's a very remote extraction concrete deposit down there. That might be another biome nearby, that one. Actually, I think I just saw a kelp strand in front of my face. Yeah, there is a kelp forest out this way. We can see just there. Okay. Coal extraction deposits. Nothing else really noteworthy. There's a copper deposit out that way, so we know they've got another biome in that direction. Can I see anything framed against the lights? No, but I think the copper deposit, wasn't that the coral biome? So it doesn't have the tall strands of plants, which shouldn't be there because, you know, bottom of the ocean, no light. I don't know. I think we've got all of our local resources, so the only thing left for this particular tower to do is actually going to be a biome pulse to reveal nearby biome locations, and then we can scrap it down to save the power and resources. Can I do that immediately? Exploration, 60 points. No, I need to get research operational first, which I have been avoiding doing because, well, I don't have many people. I want to get cloning up before I try and overcommit too much. But I also want to get food going because, you know, that's going to be an issue very soon. Let's pop it, I guess, there. It doesn't actually quite connect to the power grid, but I will run the power line there, I guess. Okay. That's another thing I'm going to be trying to do. I'm going to try to build my foundation of generalists as soon as possible in this one, because we know how to make long-lasting clothes. See, people are already getting very hungry. So that is now coming online. I'm going to need to put down metals as soon as I can reasonably do it to, you know, reduce food consumption flat out. And we're going to have to see how it all goes. Okay, you are ready. Something else I need fairly soon is going to be submarine construction. What have we got? We've got a rosefish. Is that going to be enough to start some cloning? Some. I mean, rosefish is actually pretty high on the basic count, but its mutation chance is also fairly high. But by itself, it's not going to get much done. We need that extra power generator I wanted to put down earlier, but I just didn't have the materials to do so. There we go. But yeah, until we get actual population going and stuff like that going, this is going to be... we've got to get the start going, we've got to get the foundation in place. So the crew are now happy again because I've got food, but I'm going to have to be more consistent with my stockpiles as well in this one. It's like, towards the end of the last one, we're actually starving due to a severe lack of high-quality food. It was just like, we were barely making enough to keep people from starving outright, and it wasn't a good look for us, honestly. I don't think we started with a... No, we didn't. We didn't start with an exploration sub, so I need the submarine pen as well. Which is requiring glass. Yeah. We need everything. Except for raw iron. We don't have a use for that yet. Okay. It's not going to be a good one, but we've got our sequences ready. 3 slots, 3 samples. The other 2 samples, actually, as it turns out, are spider crabs. So that is a little bit of extra life and a decent chunk of extra chance to clone with no mutation chance. That's actually not too bad. Admittedly, it's the lifespan isn't great, but it's still. That's okay. Noticing. Lifespan is only increasing by 3, even though longevity is increasing by +4. So that implies there's some kind of penalty going on. Still, though, 80% success rate means we've got 8 population from this with repeat mode, so that is good to go. Another interesting thing is going to be, it's like with the bases more isolated and stuff like that. Will that affect how often I had to go back in and restart manually my cloning every time I load in a save towards the end there? Because that was happening way too much. We'll have to wait and see. So look at that, it's 2 concrete deposits sitting right next to each other over there. This is going to be a busy industrial base that, just like focus on mining. It's going to have massive problems with air quality though. There we go, first clone. Very good. We have enough housing actually to hold the expected population, at least for now. Congratulations, first success. First partial successful clone in 3 years. Just beginning. Limit size then. Need more expand population by 3. That's going to happen by default because I held off and waited for the extra genetic samples. So that is going to be fine. But I want the research lab, and I want... Actually, before the research lab, I want both. That's my problem. I want everything, darn it. I've even lost track of the thing I want. There it is. Submarine factory. Okay, I can afford that now. I can plug it in right there, actually. It'll be outside the existing power grid some... Actually, no, this will merge it into the existing structures. Okay, sure. Let's do it there. Key thing here, of course, is exploration sub, but also more mining submarines. Supply steel running low. Build the smelter. Yeah, I mean, we're okay for steel right now. We've got another, like, 70 or so, not counting things a bit further out. I know there's some more steel out here somewhere. I think I saw some. That's iron. Iron, quartz, glass, concrete. Yeah, there's a small scrap steel deposit down there. It's just this light isn't quite close enough to get it. So yeah, we're almost there. Almost there. But first things first, though, I will lock off 1 slot. I will tell you to make a... I need more steel. Got 2 idle subs, though. Let's start stripping this one out. Something else I do need to do is stockpiles, because I just need to be able to hold stuff, honestly. That's one of my key needs. Stuff. I know, a very specific goal that, but it is what it is. There it is. We just got to expand our population by 3. Anything else you give me? Let's just tell me about multiple genomes, that's fine. We already knew that. We're good. We've got 2 unemployed population, though. That is something worth noting, but also worth noting is we have literally just built our exploration submarine. So that is good, apart from the fact that we're now out of docking points. Yeah, docking points. It'd be nice if there was like a docking hub kind of structure which could provide multiple submarine docks in one go, but sadly that's not the case. Yeah, can't even build while I'm locked like that, so I need to actually go in and spend some tech points on this. It's only 30, so you know. Not the end of the world to get it. But we can actually start getting some other stuff as well. Let's put the basic R&D lab in the same block as the cloning labs. Got to bear in mind, I am planning a little bit ahead for the 2x2 support structures, which will slot in when we get them. But for now, though, I think I should... Actually, that's the point. If a dock is... A dock doesn't need it, but if a dock is not connected to something functional with oxygen supply, will the dock even work? I do not know. I guess we are going to find out as I put one over here, because I know I'm going to want to be over here in the future. Yeah, no requirements. Just the added sub slot. So we'll find out if this thing actually needs slots on, needs things to work or not. Just build 2 for now, because we don't have the concrete to really sink too much into it at the moment, but 2 will get things rolling at the very least. Central hub, scanning units spawned over nearby biomes. Yeah, the biome scanner is waiting simply on getting the research done. And that's why you're building that thing. Which I think I just shorted myself out of by building the docks. Good news though. Docks don't care if they've got oxygen attached to them or not. A slight safety hazard, that I think, but I'll take it. The game mechanics say that that's how it is, so that's how it is. Oops, what was that? That is a fuel warning. See, I told you fuel was going to be an issue. Ah, the coal ran out, that's why. It's almost like Frostpunk, honestly. It's a shame. I never actually got into the second game of that very well. I really clicked with the first Frostpunk game, but I never actually got into the second one, really. Now then, low priority. Happy Aether is going to remember this really well. High priority, high priority, high priority. I'll leave you on medium. High priority and high priority, yes. Everything's on high priority because this game has 3 priority settings. Even Mind Over Magic, with its like technically 6, like 5 priorities and then like Forbidden Task. Technically this one has got Forbidden Task as well, so don't count Forbidden Task. Mind Over Magic recently came out. It's like one where you run a magic school, trying to resist the encroaching fog and keep your students from going mad or crazy and stuff like that, as you explore the ruins beneath where the school is sited to try and solve the entire situation. That's hit full release fairly recently. That one gives you 5 priority settings. I mean, even 5 would be a big help here, and a central panel to set it all, like Oxygen Not Included has, would be a massive quality of life feature. This game doesn't have that. You have to click on each building, and you have to do it in grades of like high, medium, low. And sadly, we're not allowed to get that either because of how this game launched. Ah well. It's a known shortcoming of this game that it doesn't let us do that. I think I'm going to need another. Yeah, I've noticed this as well. Food consumption is actually higher than listed in this difficulty as well. So it says I should be getting 4 spare per day, but it's barely breaking even right now. So that's also why we want to get the mess halls and things up as and when I can. I need glass. We've got the materials, let's get a new mining sub out there. Now we've also got 2 unemployed, so we can also try to supercharge ourselves a little bit by going after the soul thing over there. Though I think this one just gives us research. Why are you saying we've got no exploration sub? We've got an exploration sub. Oh, I never built the exploration sub. Whoops. I thought I did. I genuinely thought I did. But it turns out I did not. Silly me. Oh, I know why. It's because it was a 15 scrap steel and I wanted to devote scrap steel to other things. That's why I'd never actually built it. Iron Mark III, always willing to analyse his own failings. If I own my own failings, though, that would be a real miracle. Hey, you've got to wait for them to close the door on top first. Oh, I'm out of docks. Whoops. See, I know what I'm doing. I've played this game before. I'm not making mistakes. Shut up. Out of concrete. Right. You know, I think I've realised what I did. You start with one transport sub. I've got 2. I think I might have accidentally built another one. I mean, I'm not sure they even do much of anything apart from like saying, "Oh, hey, this handles crew transfer from place to place." Almost out of fuel. Are you almost out? No. Oh, hello. What do you do? First clone has perished. Oh, here we go. Right. This is the one where you can start researching the bodies for science, or refuse to do the studies. Ethical concerns should be avoided. Last time I authorised it to get a bit of an early research boost. Let's see what happens when we refuse to study. Opting halt research with respect to ethical concerns, maintaining crew morale, potentially slowing down scientific progress. No penalty to scientific progress, but plus 15 to morale. So, the question is if that's going to remember that after I save and load the game. Given how it's not remembered previous things like that, probably not. But yeah. Oh, that's also worth noting, by the way. Crew death penalties will also be better, so it's also in our interest to try and get clone stability up as fast as possible. Why the heck? Oh. It's the same cost as well, but I've built... okay, can I can scrap these guys. And it does actually give the materials back. Well, it gives 2/3 of the materials back. Okay, good. So that's why. For some reason I had it in my mind that the exploration sub was the last one on the list when it's not. And because the prices were the same, and I was looking at the prices, deciding when to build it, that's how I accidentally kept clicking on transportation sub. No, I want the exploration sub, please. Thank you. I'm not a clone. I am an actual genuine human in charge of the facility. I've not been cloned. I'm not been cloned from a nearby unsuccessful lab. Not at all, no. I don't know what that rumour is. I am totally a legitimate human being. Yes. I'm fairly sure of this. Okay, that's out of steel. Steel is running down pretty darn hard now. I need to get that tech. I think we've got the points required for it. Alloy furnace is 60. Yes, we do. Unlock. Okay, so we've got that about to start up, which means we actually will need to be harvesting the iron. 129. How much can we hold? We can hold 100. Yeah, that's okay. With nowhere else to put this, though, this steel furnace will actually be bolted onto the central bit. I think maybe what I'll do is... I need quartz as well, actually. I think maybe what I'll do is I will try to specialise bases, excluding the marine stabiliser, because marine stabiliser is something that just needs to go here, there and everywhere. So there's no point trying to specialise that into, like, this is going to be a genetic base every time, because that's going to just cause problems. No. Instead, maybe try to focus each base, like that one up there is going to be like a mining resource base. For sure, because it's got a load of resource nodes nearby. But because I need everything right now, this is going to be my only true, like, do a bit of everything base. This central one here. And then, you know, maybe theme things a little bit that way, see how it goes. Oh wait, no, it's not quartz glass, you need concrete. Concrete we've got access to. Just have to remember where it was. That's iron. That's iron. That's concrete. Okay. We're almost out of concrete. Actually, I need those. I need those drills. Birthday. Sure, I'll give you food. 20 food. Happiness. Yeah. Take it. Take it. Go. Yes. Unsafe air quality. Yeah, you see, it flickers that warning every so often, so it's like... Actually, and now I've realised I'm short on oxygen supply, so, again, the lack of production early on is one of the bigger hurdles for this game. Also needs concrete. Drill extractors are what I need, which requires concrete. Okay, I need to build a concrete extractor fairly soon. Okay. That took a bit longer than it should have done. But I have finally got that operating. Of course, the next problem is going to be other things. I mean, I've got... Because my crew was starving, I got the second carbohydrate farm, and because the carbohydrate farm needed it, I got the oxygen, and now, because it's on low priority, my research lab has shut down, so, you know, it's kind of like... That said, though, I could actually run... I don't need this third generator operational to power the furnace if I didn't have the sonar tower. So I'm going to rejig that, because the sonar tower is literally doing nothing right now. That frees up 2 power, and there we go, everything's balanced again. Though, of course, note the submarine factory is offline, and that is just how it is. I need to get to mess halls, ideally in the nearish future. Let's... Actually, that's full. Leave it be. Yep, that is out of concrete. We need concrete extraction to start up, like, right now. So, that is going to be the priority. Get that thing operational. If I build onto you, you are right there. Okay. Very good. That's concrete. Now, what else do I need out here, though? That's the other question. Because we need oxygen and power. Power, we've got a spare reactor. I wish it was a nuclear reactor. No. We've got a spare coal generator back at base, so that can be plugged in. So this is part of the reason I said, like, power grids will be more spread out as required. I mean, especially things like the light poles. We can't build a power plant next to each of these to run them. We actually need to power them up first anyway, so that by their very nature, power lines will spread a bit. What I want is the... Wow, I'm struggling to find the oxygen generator. There it is. 8 concrete. Yep, we can just afford it. Literally, just afford it. And I will install it. It was right there, wasn't it? Yeah, I think it was right there. So this will be... Actually, no. I want to be able to tear this out in the future, so let's install that there. Install a junction link over here. Take the long view as should be done. And make the connections... I guess let's make the connection there. Yeah. Hook things up like that to at least get power operational. And because we've already got docks over here, thanks to my previous planning. Oh, it's not letting me build that for some reason. There we go. Yeah, the UI is a little bit finicky sometimes. There goes a... I think that's a... Yeah, that's a low fuel warning. The game is telling me I'm in trouble. And to be fair, it's not wrong. Oh, that's why the coal's just shut down. There is another coal node over. I never actually put a harvesting beacon down near this one. Oh well. Just do that, and strip mine that, please. While I try and get other resources. Yeah, I'm rapidly running out of nearby resource nodes, to be entirely honest with you. It's causing a bit of an issue. You can harvest off that. You are... Yep, this one's not close enough. There we go, warning's gone away. Also start harvesting of you as well, just to try and build some stockpile back up. We need the lab, we need the efficiency upgrades, but right now, that will give us our biome scanner. Okay, which will let me fire up the tower. Biome beacon, please. There it is. Strange noises in the darkness. I wonder who that could be. What do we got? Okay, to our south we have a kelp forest and coral reef. I expected it to be like in a cross pattern, but no, we've actually got two biomes really close to each other up here, as things have turned out. So, that is the other coral reef, that is the other kelp forest, so... yeah, the kelp forest is over to my westward direction. Odd they're in that pattern. Part of me was wondering... yes, stop breathing out there in the dark, please, I know you're there. Part of me is wondering... oh my god, will you shut up, please? People are trying to work here. Oh, go away. You done? Thank you. Right. I'm sure that was nothing. Ignore that. Right. Part of me was wondering is like if it's like roughly one around here, one around here, one around here, one here, one on the four corners. Then are the deep glows always down here? Will it be lava down here? Will it be unknown up here? We do not know. But the fact that this one is now over here suggests there's more wiggle room than I was expecting. So no, but anyway, we can get rid of this sonar tower. We can get rid of the cable that powered it as well, which actually doesn't give us any steel back because it was too short. Yeah. And also note though, crew recreation access below 25%. So now crew need is starting to kick in, and that is a -15 flat. Also notice our treatment of the first clone has disappeared, so that was a temporary effect. Ugh. Need to get that sorted out.
Overseer, in an effort to advance our mission goals, we've authorized the use of a long-range sonar scan. Data from the scan has revealed the familiar contours and valleys of the ocean floor, including several areas of scientific interest. In addition, we've noted something unusual. Inconsistent blips that suggest a large, moving object. Our technicians are currently analyzing the data in more depth. An equipment malfunction is the leading theory at this time.
Equipment malfunction, you say. Nothing to worry about, you say. Okay, sure, I say. We will be fine, you say. Yeah, the inconsistent volumes is still very much a thing. Anyway. I have not accessed any new sequences, so there's no point in trying to check the Gene Lab to update that as of now. Something we never actually wound up doing was... actually, I'll shut you off temporarily to get other things online. And the anomaly warning was, of course, one of our submarines going bye-bye, I think. So we're going to need to make a new one. I will also... let's get this out here while we've got the supplies. You've got no lifespan, I'll send you out. And I'll send out William McQuaid. Off you go. To the desiccated whale. I'll probably... I make sure to read these out anytime I thought I hit a new one last time. But I'll be skimming these this time as well, in the interest of time and familiarity, the fact we've seen them all before.
Our exploration submarine has located the remains of a large whale. There are signs of a violent encounter, but few creatures could outmatch a whale of this size. Attached to its dorsal fin is a tracking device. Upon analysis of data from the device, we made a highly unusual discovery. The animal's final moments were marked by a rapid, almost vertical descent at speeds defying natural capability.
Okay, right. Apart from times when it's voiced over like that, it's like, if in the middle of something it's like, yep, we'll let the announcer do his thing. It's like, yes, you are our link to sanity, you are our connection to the surface world, sure, yes. 10 concrete, 12 fiberglass for a garden dome, 0 oxygen production. So that's a requirement. There, 0 oxygen production. I swear it's in there somewhere. And +2 to air quality, so definitely not as powerful as it was. And then of course one we're also very interested in, the mess hall, which is 1 power, no other requirements. But it's these two are both expensive to unlock, which are 90, so I think that some research costs have increased here as well. I'm still not tempted by the biomass generator. Shielding worth plus 12, but maybe the coal efficiency. All of this, of course, relies on getting that going. For now, though, replace the lost mining submarine to get that back in operation. Thank you. I do have another spare dock. I could make another mining submarine, but I'm actually running short on deposits to send them out too. So, shut that back down. Requesting that facility because of an anomaly. That's all fine. No, I guess I didn't lose a sub. I just didn't have 5 in the first place. I thought I did. Ah, well. Of course, I always know what I'm doing. No, I did have one. There was one down operating on a deposit down here, which has disappeared. Okay. I will tell you to go ahead, and we'll fire this guy back. Actually, we need science more than we need steel right this second, so get the science rolling, please. Highly conceivable I will just get another science lab. I should also actually get... I should get... I don't have access to it because I've not sent an outpost out yet. Never mind. Okay, that finally popped. 6 new crew members, because we had the food and things stashed. That took a long time to get. I'm almost at the point where I can go to other biomes before that one actually triggered. That's kind of what's been happening with the food supply issue. You are... Oh, I never actually connected the power grid over here. Whoops. Honest mistake, I swear. I didn't mean to leave you guys in total darkness. That should do fairly nicely, I think. But now we don't have enough power, so we actually need that other generator to kick in to help out. That's online. That's online. That's online. Everything is working as required. Very good. Air quality is okay because we have the generator offsetting the detriment of the drill extractor. Okay, yeah, this section is now working. Good. And that will resolve our concrete problem. Hooray! It's almost like I know what I'm doing. But no, that couldn't be. Definitely not. 2 unemployed, I think. Do I have the spare power? I have the spare power. I will fire up the alloy smelter once again. That is now ticking over nicely. Got to deal with the housing and all that because morale is not in a good place right now. But that's why I needed the concrete and the science. Speaking of, we can actually research the garden now. And the garden will provide that +2. Oh wait, no we can't. It's 90, not 70. 70 was the fuel efficiency. I think I want the garden first, though. Speaking of, how is our air quality doing? Air quality is ticklish. Obviously, kind of ticklish. -16%. Garden's only -2. So you'd need a lot of gardens to counteract one alloy furnace. They're no longer really viable as a way to try and get us a little bump in air quality. They just aren't good enough anymore. So yeah, rec need is basically all they're going to be doing. That's out. I think I might need... I need more and or better cloning as well. We are once again hitting the early bottleneck of not enough people to do things. There we go. There's a moment of science. Give me the garden dome, please. And that requires the concrete that we literally just got. Okay, right. Okay, so I was trying to plan for a arrangement along here, which seems to have worked out okay for the most part. Having one here, we'll have to connect into this slot here to connect around. These are all separate, but I can put in some structures down here to help out with that as well. So, actually that one there will do wonders for it. So I will go ahead and put one here, I think. And then that will connect in here, because that connection needs to be... Actually, that might be a slight problem there. Destroy. Let's put you here then, because I'm not planning to put anything in those gaps there. So yeah, that'll work. That'll work. And then this one, actually, I can actually just plug this straight to the side of the coal generator. Yeah, just like that. Need power? You do need power, actually. Power we've got, though. We're okay for power at the moment. There we go. Your outpost is too far tunnels to reach. Way to equip bases. So, docks and outposts required. So, I have deployed my outposts primarily to get access to the next line in the tech tree, but this has granted us access to, there's no two spot really nearby. There's a quartz glass, there is a common habitat just outside of reach as well, so this area is going to be okay. 3 power, 3 supply, and of course, because this is a game generated outpost rather than one that we have built ourselves, we don't have to pay to build it, so that is all to the good. Also worth interesting, of course, is the minor fact that there is going to be some nearby deposits of materials ready for scooping up. In this case, a bit of steel and a bit of coal. Though I'll also do my de facto thing of when I go to a new area, which is I'm going to install some nearby storages. Admittedly, the only one I need to have nearby, well, actually, fuel gets dropped off at the fuel stockpile, I believe. So, just having stuff nearby will allow construction to go a lot more smoothly in general. Well, and as well as like submarine mining, stuff like that, to work properly too. And then connect you to there and give me the dock structure to allow access for submarines to come out here. And that will get this thing set up properly. But as the game does specifically recommend building material stockpile again, for the reason I just said, build stuff more quickly. But there's also a brine pool nearby too, which can be some more samples or just flat out research. I think we get the choice, if I recall. We do need a scientist though, so we can't do that just yet, sadly. For the future. For the future, once we get some stuff going. But there are some lovely little critters just going around. Oh, there's a little crab down there as well. Everything is just fine and dandy. Of course, we do need to get other things going, but I didn't build a sonar tower because we just don't have the steel right this second. Because I sent the crew out with the exploration sub, and so, you know, things weren't running properly. Let's go ahead and fire up that refinery. We need to find the crew from somewhere. We're still butting heads with that population limit pretty hard. What we need really is to... Oh, I just realised I've done something silly with this lab, which is I have blocked off a bunch of slots on it. I built this lab with an eye towards keeping access to all slots available, and then I blocked a bunch of them. Anyway, we have got access to the next tier of stuff, so is there anything I particularly want to grab immediately? More slots on the cloning lab. Success rate. Maybe... Actually, this one will be a good one. Research booster. Give us some flat increase to research. Just needs a bit of steel. Which I think I'm going to have to get out of my power grid, actually. Yeah, just have to get used to the fact that this is going to be really unreliable. I mean, before it had the odd things like ghost links appearing in places as well. But now flat out, things are a bit unreliable because it's going to be flickering between grid A, grid B. It doesn't unify either. They just cycle if there's another grid available, without trying to say like both on grid A, both on grid B. I don't think it does that. You can assign material for additional scanning the area. Yes, we just need to try and get things going a bit better. But as always, we just need more people too. And to get that, we kind of need more science. Again, we're running into a constant list of things that we kind of need to do to get the base operating a bit better. We're just not there yet. Where are all my people going? Actually, I think we're operating on the edge of what this cloning lab can sustain. That's what's going on. Yeah. Oh no, we just had a run of really bad clones, it turns out. Okay, we've got an event pop on the smeltery. A rock saturated with iron and carbon. There's a chance, according to our allied team. Transport directly into steel. Not proven. Tried to extraction process. Choice between innovation and tradition. What do we use? Authorize or process the iron with proven techniques. If I recall, if we do this with the new techniques, we get a burst of iron. Sorry, burst of steel rather. But then the forge breaks. With iron, I don't know what it does if we do it with the proven techniques. I think it's just like we get less of a thing. Let's go experimental. Yep. Building broke, but we got plus 50 to steel straight away. Yeah, definitely worth. And repair cost is a mere 6 concrete, which we have an extractor up to supply us with. Also did slight upsy over here as well. It's like the extractor was running flat out, so that's where some of my crew disappeared to. Also, this one was running flat out. We only need one person in it, and it basic clone at that, because it's like 50% production either slot. It doesn't care which one you give it. So that's something else I did. So that freed up some crew, so that's all going. We are also starting to get access to, because our coal supply is stable but not really going anywhere, I have authorized construction of a new outpost out this way to deal with interest in that. It's got no power and no connection, but it's got a person in it. Yeah, as I said, the transport subs don't really do much of anything, honestly, and the people running around is just a simulation more than anything else. It doesn't really care where people are. I think the intention might have been originally to do that, but it just doesn't anymore. Okay, so that's not working properly because of a lack of power. You are not building because of a lack of concrete. We need this extractor to be firing a bit better, just to get things going a bit more smoothly. Okay. But that is because we are running almost out, in fact, of available deposits to grab. You are also quartz. We've got a ton of quartz glass nearby, but we're not been able to do much with it. That's the big problem. We've got so much that even our additional stockpile over in the new area has been swamped with quartz glass, and so I think we've got something sitting idle just on quartz glass, honestly. Wouldn't surprise me. Have we? We've got one over here doing a shared extraction routine between that and iron ore. Iron, we can take some more. I'll assign something to that, sure. Anyway, other base, it has just got its scanner tower up. We'll buy and pulse immediately to see if there's anything nearby. There is something. Indicated deposit of oil within the dark glows. Survive a resource. Further exploration is advised. To locate extraction points. Okay, where has that appeared? That has appeared down to the southwest. Same general area direction as before, but it's down there rather than like over here instead. So it has shifted a bit too, compared to where it was, but it's the same general direction. That's okay. I just need to get that power plant online, that's the thing. But there's no real concrete, so it's like, this is why I had to rush for the extractors. I had to rush towards getting everything operational, and Common, common, common. Oh wow, common, uncommon. That was rare, uncommon. Okay, this area is actually very... Wow, that is a massive concentration of habitats in the same area. I think it does tell you kind of what kind of things are supposed to be in the area. If I click on this. So, yeah, here we go. We can get a summary in the screen here of our available resource types. There is some oxygen that I've not found apparently in this area. Okay, there's a bunch of deposits that are unknown, but we can actually look in here and see if we're actually missing anything. Apart from for the starter area, but the starter area you're meant to be scanning the hell out of that anyway. There is something down here. Okay, is there something over this way? There is, okay. A rare and a common, but that might actually be... Yeah, that's actually getting into the kelp forest nearby. But the kelp forest hasn't claimed ownership of it. Maybe that's because I've not actually got anything out there yet. But yeah, this claims it's done. Okay, right, sure. Just need to continue to scan around, see if anything else I can find in the area. I kind of went to this one because it's near the other one as well. So it's like the pulses can overlap. We might get a higher concentration of resources in the general area. In theory, anyway. But honestly, getting some samples and things going is more or less what we want to do. I mean, there's an oxygen point right there. I think oxygen point falls under resource scan. So I'm also trying to find like here we go, things like this. Things that don't require a specialist sub to go out and get, we can just get with our current generalist people. This might be about to kill my power supply actually, but oh well. Oh, 19 buildings with bad air quality. That doesn't bode too well. What's going on? I will shut down the alloy smelter for the moment to try and fix that. Yep, that's been fixed. Okay. What happened to cause that air quality blip? Well, the air quality here isn't that great anyway, so... Yeah. Also, you see stuff is mining out as well. Okay. That's all good, that's all good. The last thing I think I'll do for this episode is something that we came across like in the third episode or so last time, which is... Automation module, please. Just to rapidly accelerate how quickly we can do things. I mean, yeah, it's going to cost us a buttload of power to sort this out, but we could actually as things stand, we could actually turn this section entirely automated by moving that slot and removing those two slots and locking off that slot. And then this area would just be doing its own thing, which I think is very attractive to do. Problem is, of course, the requirement in... I think that's copper, actually. Yeah, copper. Copper, quartz glass we've got a ton of. Copper, not much. So we need to get access to copper, and then we can try and do that. Though, our coal reserve is looking very shaky right now. We do have spare power. We can spare some locked slots to move people around. Oh, something's happened. That was the... Charge of coal, stretch before us. Gold mine, scientific discovery. Attempt to extract data. Gives us a +1, it says. Oh no. Biomass generator power upgrade. Huh. I don't recall coming across that one last time, but apparently biomass generators are now more powerful because of that. I wasn't expecting to find new stuff. Oh well. But yeah, with an eye towards getting automation going as early as next episode. Something else I'm trying to do is like trying to use my prior knowledge to try and like reduce the amount of like downtime between episodes, like trying to stabilize the situation or waiting for my population to build up or trying to gather resources. Seeing if knowing a bit better how things work is going to help with general, just operation in general, really. So you've got copper, concrete. Concrete would be nice, actually. Let's get the concrete. Actually, I should do a fuel scan just to make sure. There is... Nope, there's a zip around there. Okay. So just drop you there. And go ahead and put 2 submarines on it. Sure. But yeah, we'll see how this goes. But yeah, if you've got any comments or if you want to see me try in the second visit to this game, then just let me know. But as I said, going to be doing somewhat specialized bases. Yep, that does indeed count as a resource node. But apart from that, I don't really have much plans, apart from like go for it and see how we do. Now, the fact I just discovered an upgrade for my biomass generators was... I didn't see that coming. But yeah, until next time though, this has been Mark 3. Thank you all very much for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed the show, and we'll tolerate a bit more surviving the abyss. Feel free to like, share, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. Helps out me, helps out the channel, give me those virtual headpats I oh so crave. And I'll catch you all some other time. Concrete, concrete, and coal. Can I get a good optimum deposit? Not quite. Boo. Yeah, see you all later. Anything around here? No, sadly that I can't take advantage of the flare to drop a deposit further out that way. Shame, really. Yeah, see you all later.